Welcome back to Dawntrail. So, last time we did the second dungeon, first trial. I think today I'm actually going to do the Viper quests. Let's do that. Let's do the Viper quests and we'll start the roll quests. And see what those are all about. Shoot. Because why not? Get these out of the way. There's also another Corn Times mission in Hanu Hanu, I think. Where the Hanu Hanu were. There, I noticed, after getting all of the Aether Currents, that... Where the fuck is this guy? But I noticed Corn Man was... The Corn Servant was there. What am I looking for here? Oh, why did it have me teleport there? I was gonna say, I thought he would be in Ul'dah. Very odd. No matter. I have some Earl Grey tea here. Still a little too hot. I probably should have made a whole bunch of it and then iced it, since it's still friggin' oppressively hot. But I don't know, just had a Jones in for tea. Weaver? Are we still at Weaver? No, he's at... there. Day he is. Hey, Kesha. Good to see you, Kilrath. After a lot of asking around, I dug up some new leads on XIV. Or at least I think I did. It wasn't easy, though. At first, the only stories of interest are about a Gridanian poachers dealing with so-called exotic meats. Juveniles. In other words, too young and too dead to be what we're after. That detour notwithstanding, there are a few other tidbits that might be useful. I got my own thoughts on the matter, but I want to hear yours too. That alright? Much obliged. So I hear an adventurer came across a whole bunch of strikingly beautiful red feathers just outside of town. They ended up giving them to some kids who've been playing with them ever since. More to the point, there was talk of a huge beast with glowing blue eyes flying toward a place called the Black Shroud. Hey, that's my backyard, basically. Red feathers, blue eyes. Put the two together, sounds an awful lot like XIV. Majum, whatever. Seems it's had enough of Thanland and picked the Shroud as its new stamping ground. But what's your take on it all? Yeah, it's a promising lead. Ha! Knew you'd agree. After the amount of mystery meat I had to sample just to squeeze information out of those butchers in the market, I'm glad it all paid off. As for our next move, I reckon we ought to take an airship to Gridania. From what I hear, a fellow by the name of Gavin over at the Adder's Nest should be able to tell us more. I'll meet you there. Go to the Adder's. Can check in with my my little squad over there. Adder's Nest is this way. There's Gavin. Hey guys, you okay? Unfortunately, there's not really anything I get from you guys anymore, so yeah, you guys are still on your own. Wait, I don't still have them training or anything, do I? No, okay. I don't think I do. Wait, were they on a mission? Oh, they've been done with this mission for Oh god, I don't even know how long they've been done with this mission. You abandoned us out there for years! We're different people now. We'll never go back to the way we were. We've seen shit. Sorry, guys. But you're back now. How might I help? I'm after a Tural Vidra. I mean, I'm searching for this dangerous creature that's come over from another continent. I see. As it happens, I am aware of a beast that matches the description of XIV. Our scout spoke of its blue eyes and red wings, and its aggressive nature leading to it attack anyone who dare approach. So it really is here in the Shroud. Up to no good already. Thankfully, there's been no deaths so far, but it's only a matter of time before a merchant or adventurer becomes the first. I believe Ixak Majum came here to search for new territory. Fanland wasn't to its liking, so it's testing out the Shroud. It would appear so. I'll tell the adders that you're pursuing the beast, and to lend any assistance they can. I assume that's alright with you? Yes, sir, the more the merrier. Slaying the bastard's what matters. And I ain't too proud to accept help when it's offered. So, where was it last seen? In South Shroud. Once you get there, head for Quarry Mill and look for Lieutenant Goliath. He's heading the search. Quarry Mill. Oh, he's in town. It's fine by me. Innocent stork. Never trust a stork. Ah, you must be Keshqua and Kilrath. The Adder's Nest sent word to expect you both. I'm Goliath, officer in charge of this operation. This is Innocent Stork, who's provided us with vital information. A merchant in her employ spotted the beast on its way back from Ulda. She's also taken the liberty of assembling a team of experts to assist in tracking the target. At no small expense, I might add, but compared to the losses my business would suffer were the creature to be allowed to roam free, I deemed it a worthy investment. As our goals are aligned, perhaps you wish to join my experts in the field? So you'll find them near Roots Lake. I'm sure you'll get along swimmingly. Looks like we're late to the party. Let's go hear what they have to say. He is south of Camp Tranquil. Hunt leader. Fresh meat for the hunt, eh? Order came down to let you tag along, but don't get underfoot. We're looking for signs of the creature so our naturalists can predict its movements. We'll then lay traps where it's expected to appear. Got yourselves a proper plan, don't they? Seeing as they're being so accommodating, might as well join in the search. Ow. Could this be a sign of activity? The dung... Oh. That is one big pile of shit. The dung appears to be that of an enormous beast. Judging by its dry appearance and muted color, it was excreted some time ago. Now this, I think, is the Nidhogg Lanor. Unless it's that match, and that might be Zervan. We're just diving into it. Dung exudes a foul odor. The lingering warmth indicates it was recently deposited. So any of this recent activity not going to be piles of shit? Any plumage? Beautiful plumage. Okay, dead things. Yeah, that works. It just shit these two out whole. These creatures bear marks of enormous claws on their hindquarters, suggesting they were struck down as they attempted to flee. A flying drake. Flying dragon. Yo, what's up? Found me a few signs of activity. How about you? A lot of dung. Corpse of grazing animal gouged by monstrous claws. Same here. The size and depth of the wounds are consistent with how XIV hunts. And just like back in Tyrell, it's killing not just to eat, but also to mark its territory, to show anyone and everyone who's boss. Stop getting underfoot! There you are. Managed to sniff anything out? Yes, sir. Aside from a couple of dung hills, we got some dead wildlife. Most likely the work of XIV cross Majum. I reckon it's close. Somewhere north of the swamp. And we came to the same conclusion. The predator makes no attempt to cover its tracks. Clearly, it has survived so long by virtue of its immense proportions, and in spite of its diminished intelligence. And you got it all wrong. It left those tracks on purpose, to see how we'd react. Are you saying the beast is testing us? That's absurd. The level of foresight and cunning required to even attempt to do so is far beyond lesser beings. As for the corpses left behind, these animals must not have been to its taste. I suggest using fresh cuts of prime livestock as bait. The bloodier, the better. Once the creature has been enticed, surrounding and subduing it is but a formality. Hate to break it to you, but XIV cross Majum may be too clever to fall for that. You're gonna need every trick in the book and then some. Rest assured, I've considered every eventuality. I'll be the first to die. And even if there was merit to your advice, I will not let it be said that our success was the product of anyone's genius but mine and mine alone. I will definitely be the first to die. What difference does it make who came up with what? A monetary difference. Innocent Stork offers better rewards based on better performance. Aye. Don't even think about trying to steal our thunder. We're the ones who'll bring this XIV whatever its name is. Hey, it's how I'd call it. Not you. Listen, we're trained to fight large predators like these. If you got any sense, you'll let us take the lead. And put our lives in the hands of complete strangers? I think not. There's no place for strategy. There's no place in our strategy for you, so stand aside and await further instructions. That's okay, let them die. Fine, have it your way. If you're half the hunters you think you are, XIV Majum is as good as dead, right? I swear I know how to read. Come on, Kilrath. Let's leave him... Again. Let's leave him to it. Nothing good ever came from working with people you can't trust. Even I know that. Then it's decided. You two will wait at the southern end of the lower paths. Be ready to chase... in case the beast does escape us. Not that it will. What's the worst that could happen? Like, they want to go all the tropes. It looks like it's down in this cellar. I'll go in alone. I'll be right back. And they're all dead. The end. quiet, don't you think? No. It's a thunderstorm. Ah! Ah, the French champagne. Celebrated ever for its excellence. There is an Ixac Majum by Paul Masson, inspired by the same French excellence. You hear that? That was one of the hunting party. Came from the north. Let's move. Oh, Derathalos. Let's go. Oh, there it is. He's dead, Jim. He's worse than dead. His brain is missing. Well, that's the end of that chapter. Oh, he isn't dead. I know it hurts, but please, tell us what happened. It was watching us. It came from behind. That fresh lamb should draw the target out of hiding, though if I lace it with the toxin I brought, success is practically guaranteed. Toxin? You're explicitly told not to kill the beast in case you'd forgotten. Of course not. It can be used as a sedative, highly potent, but only lethal if applied in excess. If you lack the stomach for it, I'll do it myself. Naturally, my personal contributions will be detailed in the final report, to ensure credit is given where due. What the hell's he playing at? If it catches wind, the plan's ruined. Shouldn't we go after them? That'll only make things worse. If that bookworm wants to stick his neck out for a few more gil, I say let him. What? No! No! Oh, that's hunt leader. No! Ah, the French! Oh, that's a fucking Tiastra, motherfucker. Gods have mercy, there it is. Stay calm, nothing's changed except the bait. Now's our chance. Be careful if it flies up and starts to glow, it's gonna like meteor down at you. That's what it does. Actually, it's like mix of doing like Tiastra and like Bishaman. Bishaten? Whatever the monkey one is. In Rise. Bishaten, I think. They were screaming. I ran, but I could still hear. You were right. It knew. It knew. Keshkwa, Kilrath. By the 12, what happened here? Dumbasses being dumbasses. The hunters became the hunted. Yeah! Bow, 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 bow. Puts the sunglasses on. I see. I shall see the remains are recovered and necessary rites performed. Perhaps you'd be so kind as to return to Quarry Mill and share these unfortunate findings with innocent Stork. I don't think she's going to be personally upset by their deaths. Though, I mean, at the very least, she doesn't have to pay them. It's gonna be like, who's the real monster here? The capitalist. Where? Oh, they opened it. No, that's... No, that's not... Oh, I could check the mini-map. So, yeah. Bunch of dead people. I'd anticipated casualties, but it was a massacre. Iksak Majum grows bolder. Before it only hunted animals, lone travelers. Prey it knew it could handle with ease. Its past brushes with death taught it to be cautious. That's probably why it fled Tyrol in the first place, too. But it just outwitted a group of armed hunters. Instead of running away from trouble, the beast went looking for it. This was a sport, a game. It was having fun. And now that it's had a taste, it's only going to want more. My poor judgment invited this tragedy. I must make amends. Please, allow me to assist you in pursuing the creature. Even without a team of experts at my disposal, I believe my network of contacts will provide useful in gathering vital information. Yeah, info's good, but we'll do the actual fighting. Understood. I place my faith in your abilities as Vipers. Even though I only just heard about it this morning. Appreciate it, ma'am. If you turn up any leads, be sure to let us know. I'd best return to Adder's Nest and deliver my report. It's imperative we inform the populace of the threat posed by Iksak Majum. Might I ask that you use Quarry Mill as your temporary base of operations? Knowing where to find you will make it easier to coordinate our efforts. Suits me fine. Besides, I got plenty to do here. Like, learn about this neck of the woods and the critters and whatnot. But while I have you, there's one thing I want to ask. How'd the twin adders get their name? I beg your pardon? What does that have to do with Iksak Majum? Nothing, really. Just that us Vipers based our fighting arts on snakes, so they're near and dear to our hearts. Might even say we got a reverence for them. Is that so? I suppose we also feel a kinship towards snakes. The name Twin Adders comes from a pair of white snakes on the Gridanian standard, though that imagery predates the city-state's founding. There's more I could tell you, though I fear other matters must take precedence. With history as long as that, we'd be here talking till the Pakas come home. Love to hear more about it, but I understand we'll have to wait. The hell is a Paka? I'd best get to learning about all I can about Iksak Majum. While I see to that, maybe I ought to squeeze in some more training. Alright, I'm off to go training. Training's done. I had a bad feeling when I woke up this morning. Sure enough, Iksak Majum is struck again. Goliath and Innocent Stork are trying to narrow down where it'll appear next based on the reports, but so far they've come up empty. Here Goliath is over at Fallgourd Float, talking to witnesses. Let's see what he's learned. Thank you for coming. I expect Keshkwa has shared some of the details, but it's even worse than we thought. Iksak Cross Majum grows increasingly bold with deadly consequences. For a blessing, the people here remain calm, though we must act quickly to avoid widespread panic. The Elders have called upon anyone with information to share, and asked that they gather here. Like this track and field team over here doing their exercises. As you requested that any detail be reported, no matter how small, we find ourselves somewhat inundated. I'm certain, however, that among the accounts are clues vital to locating our query. We can help with that. All we gotta do is ask folks around here what they've seen, right? Yes. That would be most helpful. Perhaps you could start near the Aetherite, while Kileth asks over by the bobbing cork. Bobbing cork. Cork. I was passing through North Shroud when I saw a frightful creature with immense red wings. It was a little too far away to see clearly, but it seemed to be battling a group of smaller beasts, which it promptly slaughtered before flying away. Well, that would be where it is. Stairman. While passing through, I heard that some fiend was on the rampage over in East Shroud. Didn't think much of it at first, but then I saw all the people coming in from that direction, and the looks on their faces. I decided to stay put. Good thing I did, too, or I might have died. Oh. I saw it, flying over the central shroud. With each flap of its massive wings came powerful wind, bearing the scent of blood, so noxious and suffocating. It was all I could do not to vomit where I stood. Now that I'm sitting down, I can vomit much easier. Then he vomits all over the person on the other side of the table, and then the sensation of vomit in his hair makes him vomit. Everyone's got a story to share, but nothing seems to point at where XIV Majum might strike next. You do any better? North, east, and central, huh? Folks I asked said it was the south. I tell you, it must be trying to make the whole damn forest its territory. Hold on. One of the guys I was talking to was in the East Shroud. Your witness heard the beast was on the rampage, but mine said he never saw XIV Majum. Even though they should have been there at the same time. That's worth looking into, don't you think? That be onto something. It's worth a shot. I'm not saying this is the answer, but you never know where the trail will take you till you follow it. And there ain't no getting off this train. We gotta go chat up that fella again. I'll take you to him. Peace away. Man, our Aetherite's like boring compared to the ones in the New World. As I said before, I was traversing the East Shroud on an errand when I heard what sounded like the flapping of enormous wings. A moment later, I saw a wounded animal charging through the brush. It was then I recalled rumors of monstrosity on the loose and realized I was in danger and ran. So the critter was hurt, but still able to make an escape. But the only way it could have gotten away from XIV Majum was if the bastard chose to let it go. Meanwhile, our friend here was close enough to hear the wings flapping, yet lived to tell the tale. An adventurer traveling alone would have been an easy picking, so why did XIV Majum spare him? Because other people have tried to run, I assume. Was he carrying something? What do you got on you? All I had on me were some bottled potions and ethers. Oh, but there was one other thing. This magic talisman that wards off all creatures with red wings. I carry potpourri filled with Garibanian wildgrass, an Almegan custom, in case you're unaware. That's gotta be it. Goliath will want to hear about this. Could you wait here a moment? Keshko had asked me to verify a theory of his. I shan't be long. It's exactly as you'd surmised. Most of those who've seen XIV Majum and lived to tell the tale are Almegan adventurers. I knew it. It's gotta be that fragrance. A lot of animals have a powerful sense of smell. XIV Majum's no exception. What makes it much more sensitive to odors that it doesn't care for. I reckon the beast can't stand the wild grass in those potpourris. It's a potent fragrance, a lot like another kind of grass we got back in Tyrol. Come to think of it, XIV Majum never really went near anywhere the grass was growing. And if one man's meat is another's poison, perhaps the same can be said for aromas. Exactly, like, I really, really like the smell of poop, but a lot of people don't. You what? You like that? I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I don't know what you're talking about. You must have misheard me. No, I'm pretty sure. No, I didn't say that. What? I mean, what? Exactly. Now that we know what XIV Majum can't stomach, we can use that information to drive it where we want. Get a whole bunch of potpourri and we just burn it everywhere but one spot. Then it would behoove me to share our discovery with Innocent Stork. Given the information and the contacts at her disposal, I dare say she'll help us find a way to utilize the fragrance to its maximum potential. I dare say you're right. In the meantime, we'll head over to Garabania and pick up some wild grass. Yes, by all means. Must do everything in our power to avert further tragedy. Many of the adventurers gathered here are so terrified of encounters with XIV Majum they're considering abandoning the profession entirely. Several are yet fledglings. If they had to contend with a foe far beyond their reckoning, they'd die before gaining enough experience to even be considered adventurers. The thought of their bright futures being snatched away like that is almost more than I can bear. Think of all the killing they could do, if they weren't scared off. This is the reason I joined the Twin Adders, to prevent such senseless deaths. Therefore, I humbly request your cooperation in slaying the dread XIV Majum. No need. I had every intention of putting the bastard in the dirt. Kind of like poop, when, like, you bury it, and then you kind of let it ferment, and then, like, it turns into, like, an inhalant that can get you really high. What the hell are you talking about? What? No, I was talking about something. No, don't worry. Never mind. Just saying, it kind of smells exotic, you know, like the potpourri. No. To the matter at hand, then. A few moments ago, one of the adventurers mentioned that the wild grass we seek grows abundantly at Pike Falls. Once you've collected enough, let us rendezvous at Quarry Mill. I must warn you, though, that Garabania is home to some particularly vicious wildlife. Be on guard. That was level 70, motherfucker. We level 90. We're going all the way to Castrum Oriens is the closest. Okay. Now we in Stormblood. Ah, the Alamegan Resistance, the least interesting part of that entire expansion. Oh, I just completely missed it. There's Uno. Excuse me. Excuse me, Treebeard. Not so hasty. Oh, screw off. Gazelle Hawk. That's kind of terrifying. A tarantula hawk that is so big it uses gazelle. crush your enemies, to see them driven before you, to hear the lamentations of women. That'll do it. It's much larger to stick around and study the wildlife here. We better get back to Quarry Mill. And back to the Shroud. Sorry. You've done well to gather so much wild grass. As promised, I've called upon an innocent stork to advise us on our next steps. I placed an order with an alchemist acquaintance for custom-made diffuser pouches, which are made to deploy to spread the aroma over a wide area, prolonging its potency. We will issue these pouches to twin outer units tasked with driving the beast into an isolated location of our choosing. Away from civilians and an ideal spot for a final showdown. It's good thinking. Indeed. Once the pouches have been produced, the beast is as good as ours. If I may, there is a further request I wish to make. Rather than slaying XIV outright, would you instead be able to capture it alive? Here we go. The better to understand its behavior. Such knowledge would prove invaluable should predators of similar nature trouble us in the future. That's a risk we can't afford to take, ma'am. Those hunters of yours tried baiting it with carcasses laced with sedatives, but XIV saw right through their plan. It's demonstrated a degree of cunning that rivals any man's. Even if we did capture it, it's only a matter of time before it escapes and kills again. There's only one way to deal with a monstrosity like that. We slay it first chance to get. No half measures, no hesitation. Then we are left with no other choice. Kill them. Pray forgive me for making such an ill-considered suggestion. I shall abandon all thoughts of capturing the beast, and instead turn my attention to the procurement of the diffuser pouches. You'll hear from me soon. Wry smile. Well, that wasn't suspicious at all. Should have known by now what we're up against. Why even ask? Yeah, she's got her own angle. The type to guess at folks' motivations. Wish she'd do us all a favor and put her cards on the table. The rich and powerful are rarely so obliging. You got that right. But since us salt of the earth are speaking our minds... So back about this fermented feces called jenkum. And like... Oh, sorry. There's fear in you. But from what I can... of what I can't tell... Guilt for your thoughts? Never know. Might be able to help. Well, after talking to those adventurers, I can't help but feel scared of XIV. That's all. Anyway, I should return to Gridania to, make my report. Does he also have some angle on this? Folks always saying one thing, meaning another. Just when I was starting to believe I'd gotten the hang of polite conversation. Ain't no forcing the issue, though. If Goliath has something to say, he'll say it when he's good and ready. So now we gotta wait on those pouches, and who knows how long that'll be. I'll keep an eye on things here, so I recommend you get ready to face XIV. We're ready to face XIV. Goliath sent word that fuse pouches are ready. He's heading on over now. Once he arrives, we can finally put this plan to action. I'm here. Let's put this plan to action. pouch has been distributed among the twin adders, along with instructions on correct handling. You see, according to the alchemists who made them, the aromas of the wild grass dulls the senses. For the average person, this would do little more than soothe the nerves, but to a creature with the heightened sense of smell, the effect would be far more pronounced. As for where we will entrap XIV, innocent Stork has proposed a location in the Dravanian hinterlands she believes is ideal. The surrounding area is largely uninhabited, and Idleshire, the only settlement nearby, is relatively simple to defend. We have already consulted with the Ishgardians, and they gave us their blessing to proceed. That's all well and good, but by the look on your face, you're not. I ain't gonna press, but I will suggest that once we get to Dravania, you best hang back and leave the fighting to us. You know full well I'm keeping things from you, and yet you show concern for my well-being. Why? Just my way, I suppose. Or the way I was trained as a Viper. It's our job to keep folks safe from creatures that go against the natural order. Doesn't matter who you are or what side you're on. Politics, feuds, all that drama, ain't none of our concern. I'll admit I have my doubts about you, but you're still someone I need to protect from XIV. Simple as that. There's something you need to know. Out in western Querthus is... Well, well, as I thought, you've yet to depart for Quarry Mill. What's keeping you? It's a trap! Lieutenant Goliath, whatever is the matter? You look like someone who just walked... You look like someone walked over your grave. I'm glad to find you two in better spirits, though, seeing as our friend is somewhat under the weather. Perhaps it's best he stay behind with me in Idleshire. No objections here, but Goliath and I were having a heart-to-heart, if you don't mind. I do. We have a schedule to keep, and I must insist our dear Vipers get underway. While you are en route to Dravanian hinterlands, I would be happy to lend an ear to Goliath and his troubles. You needn't worry yourselves. It's of no import. I wish you both good hunting. Day's a trap, Dea. He's working for her. Or blackmail, maybe. Maybe she knows something. Maybe he's got something over his... Talk about shit timing. Oh, that reminds me about the Jenkum. For better or worse, we'll find out what he was holding back soon enough. Anyway, we'll get a Taral Vidral to slay. There is a French Taral Vidral. So we go into... yeah... Battleshire's gonna be quickest. Oh, while I'm here, I can pick up a Chloe journal. I haven't done that. Did I do last week's? I don't think I did last week's. Oh well, we'll pick up today's. Is it rain? Is there anywhere it isn't raining right now? It was in the Shroud. Now it's here. Yep. All right. Well, let's see what we got in Wondrous Tales today. Soloable, 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 soloable. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, because I'm no longer technically max level. So it's giving me way easier ones. Crystalline Conflict's easy. Oh, fuck. Okay, yeah, I could... All this shit is, like, stuff I can just do solo. Yeah, so, okay, it's not that it was, different at 90, it was different because you were max level and you're no longer max level. Interesting. Alright, yeah, I can rock that shit. The exit to this place always messes me up. Wait a minute. Where are we going? It's this way. some... Oh, I don't remember what that was. I'll pick that up. You know what? I'm just gonna grab it. I'm too curious now. Like, wait, what the fuck? Did I miss, like, an optional dungeon? I don't think I did. Bugle. Whatever. That's one of my favorite expansion quests, art, and end sounds is Heavensward. Heavensward definitely has a special place. Shadowbringers is just the best. Like, one of the best storylines in a game, in almost anything ever. Like, that was just... You don't leave Shadowbringers the same person as when you went into it. Endwalker was not quite as perfect as Shadowbringers. Very good. It was still excellent. And probably still a better expansion than Heavensward overall, but... To me, Heavensward just has that special place of, like, that was something really special. And, like, after the final steps of Faith, I was like, up to this point, this is the best Final Fantasy storyline I've ever, like, experienced. But then Shadowbringers came. No sign of Ixoc Majum, which gives us time to pick a good spot for an ambush. Let me know what you find. Why don't we just trap it in, like, the time vortex of Alexander? Oh, it's the Black Joke one. Messenger one. While the location offers commanding view of the area, does not offer enough space to fight. Yeah. They weren't still doing hard mode dungeons in Heavensward, were they? They were. Okay, so that's what it is. It's some all hard mode. I forgot about that. That's right. No, yeah, they were. It's when you hit, I think, Stormblood that kind of stops. Well, the Fractal Continuum is still there. But, like, after that, it's more that they added dungeons rather than just making hard modes of dungeons. Although, it was a very clever thing they did with hard modes, where... Because it wasn't just the same dungeon, just with a slightly higher difficulty. It was actually a progression of the story as well. Because it was basically... You cleared out this dungeon before, something has changed since then, which is why you're going back into it, and, like, the bosses are different. Sometimes you're going through a slightly different layout, like you're going through a different area of it. It was a really interesting way to do it. Cramp conditions front, yeah, this is not good. Like, I love Halatali, which started as just, like, a delve into this, like, old, like, dungeon that you're going through. I think it was taken over by... I don't think it was Void Sent. I think it was, like, just some other creatures or whatever. But then once you... the hard mode is that since you cleared it out that first time, they've basically gone in and turned it into the danger room for their trainees. And so they want you to go in and test it out. It's, like, a... super clever. And, the 1,000 Maws, the one with the thing that links to Palace of the Dead. That one was also super cool. Yeah, this one looks pretty good. Horse. I found something you ain't gonna believe. You smell that? It's got one of Instant Stork's diffuser pouches. Someone must have hidden it nearby. With the bag of wildgrass stinking up the place, there's no way Ixoc Majum was ever gonna show. Goliath and Instant Stork sent us on a wild alpaca chase. So where's our Tural Vidral if it ain't here? Kawarth's Western Islands. That's what he was gonna say. So that's what Goliath was trying to tell us. At least until he was cut off. With any luck, that clue will lead us to Innocent Stork. She's probably still plotting to capture Ixoc Majum alive, the stubborn fool. Yeah, she'll probably be dead. So we're gonna go to right near Mogholm. This is the wrong one. Well, I'll just do this now. Get this over with. Don't care enough. Yep. Thought that was weird. North of Falcon Nest. That's not a bad place to fight it. Because Falcon Nest is in itself a fortress, and outside is basically just barren, like, Iceland. So yeah. And I learned the Holy Rest of Mystic Dragons have been overrun by an infestation of beastly intruders. Okay, so that's all. It's just been overrun by... What is the music we get? Quicksand? Been to the Quicksand way too many friggin' times. Unless it's a different song, Quicksand, but I have a feeling it's the song from Quicksand. The amount of times having to go to Horizon and then walk all the way to the Scion's base. Like you couldn't have picked a spot that had an Aetheryte. Though there were story reasons, technically, for that. No sign of the Tricksters or Ixoc Majum. We best keep searching. Like the music in zones like this... Oh, well, not this, but... Just, yeah, like Kawarth's, like... ambient music with the piano, and just, it's very sweeping, and just very, like... friggin' gorgeous. And what can I say? I like ice places. There they are. Ixoc Majum doesn't want to be fed, it wants to hunt. Well, if it isn't the esteemed Vipers, who with all their supposed skill and intellect asserted that capturing Ixoc Majum was nigh impossible, or perhaps you were simply afraid. As you can see, I proved equal to the task. All it took was a little ingenuity. I understand Ixoc Majum's cunning and cruelty better than anyone. There's no way it got in that cage without... Wait, where's your bodyguard? You might say he's a part of Ixoc Majum now. You might say there's a little Otto in all of us. You might say that we've eaten Otto and that he's right now in our stomachs. You yourself observed how attempting to lure Ixoc Majum with obvious bait ended in failure. But a beast is still a beast, a predator that is compelled to hunt. Casualties are inevitable, and a prudent strategy must account for them. An exceptional one, however, would leverage this element to its advantage, as mine did. You ordered him to put sedatives in his pocket and face Ixoc Majum alone. It was over before it began, his screams still ring in my ears. So you fed Ixoc Majum the sedatives and your bodyguard along with them. You're telling me he willingly offered himself up? Enthusiastically, even. All to ensure his plague-stricken family received treatment, the duration of which would be determined by his performance. He all but leapt into the beast's maw. As I'm sure Goliath would agree, there's no limit to what you can accomplish with proper incentive. Yeah, I'm actually kind of wondering what you do plan to gain from it. Are you gonna like show it off? You gonna like use its feathers for like clothing? Like you're not a conqueror. You're not gonna use it to conquer things. Oh please, everyone's getting what they wanted, so let's not quibble over details. As a gesture of goodwill, I'll even answer your question, rudely asked though it was. Everyone has their unique proclivities. I am no exception. I have awoken to the thrill of bringing rare and ferocious beasts under my power. Oh, it's literally just, yeah, she wants to, like, show it off, I guess. But that only whets my appetite for the true pleasure when I unleash my pets upon worthy opponents to enact scenes of glorious carnage. Oh, she literally just wants to make an arena. I've met my fair share of monsters, but none of them compares to you. I told you, who's the real monster? Man. Monster and a fool. That there's a Teralva. The moment you open that cage, it's gonna rip you to shreds. Indeed it would, if it were so inclined. But, if XIV Majum is as intelligent and bloodthirsty as you say, it will soon learn I can provide a constant supply of worthy prey. In return, it will accept me as its master. It's awake. Eck. I grow tired of this place. One of my lesser pets should be more than adequate to dispose of you. After all, I am loath to release XIV Majum while it remains subdued. And though I may not be watching, do try to put on a shit show regardless. You do know I'm the fucking warrior of light. You think, like, a random little monster you leash on us is gonna do anything? Motherfucker, do you know who I am? Yeah, I freaking love this music. But, we gotta fight. Oh, we got the Heavensward music too. I like it. Yeah, that went about as what I expected. Thanks, everyone. God damn it. Can't believe anyone would be so stupid enough to try taming of Teralva. Well, to be fair, she doesn't know what that is. Never mind XIV Majum itself. What really sticks in my cross that Goliath has been dancing to innocent Stork's tune. And there I was thinking he needed our help. Yeah, she's manipulating him. She's got something hanging over his head. You're right. There's more to him than meets the eye. Anyway, no point freezing our asses off here. Let's head back to Quarry Mill and think things over. We know where she lives. And where she's probably going to, like, be putting on this show. Can't be that hard. Into the pit! One thing I know for certain is that XIV ain't gonna play an obedient pet for long. Innocent Stork's gonna find that out the hard way. But I reckon that'll be after she gets the urge to indulge her twisted appetites. I'll do what I can to suss out where she's got to before then. Then there's Goliath. The Twin Adders need to know what he's been up to and that he's alive. For now, at least. You best get back to your training for now. Cage or not, XIV's out there. And our job ain't done till it's dead. Since last time we spoke, the Twin Adders been looking for Goliath, but they ain't found hide or hair of him. Meanwhile, they've been plenty of XIV's sightings. Seems Innocent Stork's eager to put her new pet to work. I expect that's why Goliath's commanding officer asked for our help. Let's head to the Adder's Nest and hear what he has to say. Oh, I thought she was gonna, run, a gladiatorial arena. She's just, letting it out. Yeah, you, a cat that you let out, yeah, come back by 5. Vengeance of the Viper. It's like Return of the Sith. Much darker chapter than we've ever had. Fuck. Why did this send me back? I clicked on the Viper one, didn't I? Doesn't matter. I know where I'm going. It's good to finally meet you both. Goliath spoke highly of both you and your contributions to our hunt for XIV. Speaking of which, you got information for us, right? Also, do you not recognize me? I'm a captain in the Twin Adders. We've received multiple eyewitness reports of a creature surpassing even the most elite marks. It dispatches its victims swiftly before flying away. At Innocent Stork's direction, I'll wager. She's setting XIV loose to kill for her own amusement. Those slain were mostly roaming adventurers, but the circumstances of each attack suggest an escalation. The beast is striking in broad daylight and closer to more populated settlements. The risk of a massacre grows greater by the day. There is another matter I wish to discuss, which may shed some light on the situation. We received a letter from Goliath. Though details are sparse, he wishes to resign from the Twin Adders. The letter also indicates a message for the two of you. Do you recall our discussion in Southern Thanalan? Though my aspirations were beyond me, I pray that you will succeed in fulfilling your own. I remember, Goliath, you wanted to prevent those with bright futures from dying before their time. That's why you joined the Twin Adders. Wait. We had that talk in the Shroud, not Thanalan. And he mentions our aspirations, which is to protect people from rampaging beasts, don't you see? He's telling us that XIV is going to appear in Southern Thanalan. A hidden message, albeit not a particularly well-hidden one. If Innocent Stork read this, she'd surely divined his intent. I can only surmise that she knew and allowed the letter to be sent regardless. What better way to lure you into a confrontation with XIV than by taking advantage of his sincere plea for help? Trap or not, confrontation suits me fine. If it's a show she wants, then we're happy to oblige. Bitch, you're playing right into our hands. As for the wear, she doubtless wishes to avoid attracting the attention of the immortal flames and the Amalja. The Sagoli Desert, like as not, I will send word to Ulda, but in the meantime, I wish you every success. I'm not really that worried about I don't think she'd be that worried about the immortal flames. She could just pay them off. They're mercenaries. Actually, no, they're not the mercenaries. They kind of are. No, the Immortal Flame, no, they do have a military structure, kind of like the Adders. The difference is the Brass Blades. They're the ones that are basically just mercenaries. They're kind of the equivalent of the Wood Whalers for Gridania. Except the Wood Whalers actually are part of the Twin Adders. So, like, technically, both Limsa and Ul'dah, like, they have the military side. It's the Maelstrom for Limsa, the Immortal Flames for Ul'dah, and the Twin Adders for Gridania. But they also have, like, that's like their military side. Then they also have, like, the local peacekeeping forces, which is the Brass Blades for Ul'dah, the, technically two, the Wood Whalers and the God's Quiver for Gridania, and the Yellow Jackets for Limsa. The difference is that Limsa and Uldahs are basically mercenaries and or pirates, and Gridania's is like the one that's like, no, we still work for the power base. We're at, like, you can trust the Wood Whalers and the God's Quiver. You can trust maybe the Brass Blades, maybe, but not. They can be very easily paid off. Flying dog. So, here we are. Yeah, it's out of the way enough, I guess. Gotta see, like, where we are. Is that Gold Saucer? Wait, is that where we are? No. That's right, there's a dungeon there. Whatever. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. Light this candle. Another carcass. This was XIV Majum. This was XIV Majum's work. Didn't expect the trail to be this easy to pick up, but perhaps I should have. Who's calling me? It's likely a spam call. It probably is. I would say like 90% of the times I'm called, it's just the phone already like marks it as probable scam. Anyway, so it killed Shai Hulud. All that's left now is to walk straight into the trap. No viper worth their salt ever shied away from danger, am I right? Let's get a thumper. Like leaving bodies behind, like, oop, he's scandy. Oh, he's dead. Such grace, such power. Magnificence itself given form, worthy of awe. Alas, these mediocre distractions are a poor canvas for your art. It's over, innocent stork. On the contrary, the main attraction is just beginning. Goliath, what have you done to him? After his childish trick with the coded letter, I decided to let XIV Majum punish him. An appetizer, if you will. All the money and privilege in the world, and this is how you choose to use it. Killing for the sake of killing. You're no better than the Tural Vidral, a monster that deserves to die. A flattering comparison, though you seem to be forgetting the literal monster that stands before you. XIV Majum, I brought you fresh prey. Dot dot dot. Oh, I haven't forgotten about you. Coward through and through, I knew, but one I thought had some pride. Guess I was wrong. It's time, XIV Majum is ours. Probably will have to be careful of mechanics just because, oh, that's right, I'm stuck at 90. I'll get any of my tricks later. But I do get Reawaken. But since Vipers don't have the best sustain, I'm going to be somewhat careful here. I fucking hate these. Because the hit detection can be really off sometimes. Actually, no, this isn't bad at all. Because it's giving us time to kind of... Between, like, slight server lag. I fucked that up. Like, some of those round things, it's like, I definitely wasn't hit by that. What mistake did she make? Is this all you're capable of? I wonder what's gonna happen. Are you not satisfied with the prey I have provided? You'll have all that you want and more, but only if you obey. Kill them now, I demand it. Kill everyone now. Condone first-degree murder. Legalize cannibalism. Eat shit. Filth are my policies. Filth is my life. Take anything you like. This ain't the XIV Majum I know, and I reckon innocent Stork is the reason why. It can smell the wild grass on her. A less potent mixture than the one we doled out before, just enough to keep XIV Majum at arm's length. But even that's too much for the Vidral senses. That's why it's addled and can't think straight. Even so, she's made a fool's bet. Ixok Majum only tolerated innocent stork for her shenanigans to sate its own bloodlust. Two apex predators can't make nice forever. I'm not done with you yet. Goliath, you stubborn worm. Nani? Oh no. Anyway. Maybe now we can concentrate on the fight. Alright, Killerath. Give her everything you got. And buffs up. Just keep swinging, just keep swinging. Oh, fuck, okay. You gonna do it the other way now? Yep. Saw that coming. Oh my god, it did Teostra us. Get Bloodthirst going a little bit. Bloodbath, rather. Get a little health back. When the Reawaken combo also gets a follow-up, that's gonna be freaking insane. I'll go for the wings. About this one. Yeah, fine. We got a part break on the wings. We need that for some of the drops. We need to get a tail cut. Oh, fuck. Okay, hold up. You know what? Yeah. Let's see where that was going. refresh that one first. Then we can refresh this one. Yeah, so you have to be, like, really on the ball for that. Okay. Oh, the order of this is kind of weird. Okay, so it's this one, and that one. Nice. I do like these weapons because they give me the FF9 Mage Masher vibe, but do I like them more than the Palaka set? That's the question, because I really do like how the Palaka swords look. O restless beast, may you find peace in death. As the serpent sheds its skin, relinquish this husk. They may rise again to greet the new dawn. A dawn that trails, maybe. I don't know. I'm workshopping that one. Innocent Stark genuinely believed she could bend such a creature to her will. That arrogance cost her her life. Then she, like, starts laughing and floats out of the crater, and she's, like, the final boss. She never understood what she was dealing with, or afforded it proper respect. She took her superiority for granted. But the power she wielded to flaunt the laws of men was powerless against the natural order. Elias, Kilrath, thank you for everything. It was a damn sight harder than I reckoned it'd be, but I've finally avenged my brother in arms and fulfilled my duty. I'm gonna buy a boat. That was a weird voice crack. I can once again hold my head high. XIV Majum might be dead, but we've still got a loose end or two to tie up. We're throwing you in that crater, too. No. You haven't told us why you led us on a merry chase for innocent Stork. May as well come clean now. Well, when I was a young child, my merchant parents were slain by wild creatures on their travels. I meant what I said at Folgord, when I told you I swore to save others from a similar fate. That's why I joined the Twin Adders. Commendable motivation. And then I met Innocent Stork, who explained with great enthusiasm that she shared my desire to protect others by bringing these beasts to heal. I thought I found a kindred spirit, but later realized she'd fed me nothing but lies. She used me to obtain information collected by the Twin Adders, all for the sake of identifying potential additions to her menagerie. I disclosed all manner of sensitive intelligence to her, believing it was for the furtherance of her efforts to save lives. By the time I learned of her true intentions, it was too late. I confronted her, told her I was going to inform my superiors. She smiled and laughed and said that she would unleash her fiends upon Gridania if I spoke a word, with some of her finest reserved specifically for my family. I'm guessing it was Innocent Stork's idea to have you join the investigation into XIV Majum. It was. There's no excuse for what I did. Allowing myself to become her pawn has led to so much needless suffering. Nothing I can say or do will ever be enough to earn forgiveness. Whatever punishment awaits me, I shall gladly accept it. Well, technically I have no jurisdiction here, since I'm not from here, so... Well, Kilrath, what do you think? Kill him. Do it. Yeah, sure, I'm curious what he would have to say, or is he just gonna be like, no, you decide. No, you. No, you. If he'd only done me wrong, I'd be willing to look the other way, but this deception caused all kinds of troubles for the Twin Adders. They're the ones who need to stand judgment. Quite right. I will request that my superior meet us at Quarry Mill, where I shall give a full account. It's settled then. Meet us there when you're ready. I mean, I'm ready now. We can all just go together, you know. I don't have to do... Okay. Oh, what am I doing? Teleport. Teleport them. Ah, it's damn good tea. As a soldier of the Twin Adders, your actions are inexcusable. Once I have made my report, expulsion will be the least of your worries. There will likely be a trial. Likely. I mean, I don't know. Sometimes they just don't. Where I come from, we don't take kindly to liars, neither. Our word is our bond, and the violation of that trust demands punishment. But I will say this. The lies he told would protect the people of Gridania. Not only that, the actions he took contributed directly to the defeat and death of XIV. I won't say the ends justify the means, but it's not nothing. Duly noted, though I trust you understand that our consideration may not change the outcome. This consideration may not change the outcome. Yes, sir. In my place to tell you folks how to handle your business, I'm just a simple man who crossed the salt to kill a Vidral, who loves Jenkem. But if Goliath isn't stuck in a cell for the foreseeable future, I got something he can help me with. You see, now that my business here is concluded, it's high time I made my way home. Trouble is, passage back is more than I can presently afford. I'm going to need to put in some work. And I reckon Goliath could help me find clients in need of Viper skills. Kind of looks like Cal Kestis a little bit. For a simple man who knows better than to tell us how to handle our business, you've struck upon an intriguing solution. Well, I have spent a fair bit of time in the company of a silver-tongued someone. Not really silver-tongued, I'm just kind of told you, this guy wants money. He's asking for money. I don't understand why you don't get this. Goliath, your conduct cannot be easily forgiven. Even so, it must be acknowledged that you played a vital role in the slaying of XIV. Swear to never again stray from the path of righteousness, and no charges will be brought against you. Moreover, I will accept your voluntary resignation, as you did previously request. With this arrangement, you may yet pursue your dream of defending the innocent from nature's most deadly threats, in your capacity as Kesha's assistant. What say you? So it's this or jail? Okay. I shall do as you ask. You have my word. That I will bear the shame of my misdeeds as long as I live. I shall endeavor to redeem myself through service to the people. You can start by finding me some beasties to slay. Well, seems like I'll be sticking around to yours for a while longer. In the meantime, you're sure to find clients of your own. I reckon this continent's more than big enough for the both of us. Well, wherever there are folks in need of a Viper, that's where we'll be. Yeah! And then I'll have to remember to come back once I finish the role quests. That's generally how it works. Once you do your role quests, then you can go on to like each of the for like physical like melee DPS. I could then go back as a melee DPS and find sometimes a little follow-up quest with your old like your own trainer for those quests. And then, like, they'll have, like, a little quest just to say, hey, here's what we've been up to since you last saw us. It's kind of a cute thing. Little epilogue to their story. So, Now that we've done that, let's go to Tulialal and check out what the role quests are. I'm curious what the context is going to be. I still actually haven't finished all the role quests for Endwalker. I did all the ones in Shadowbringers, which I think is... Like, I don't know in Endwalker if it's as important as Shadowbringers, because Shadowbringers really does add a lot of context to a lot by doing those, and the follow-ups. Oh god, wait, where... No, that's leaves. Why we hunt. What is why we hunt? Oh, I haven't done... Yeah, I gotta do... Right. What do I need to do before I can unlock the next level of hunts? Do I need a certain amount of hunts that I've done? Wait, what? Oh, okay, I just gotta finish more stuff in Dawntrail, okay. Might see if previous hunts from other expansions also give me the sack and nuts. Because if I can just get them from that, then I can try to get that mount that I want. Not mount, but, you know, the barding. Alright. Kilrath, I was wondering when you'd be along. Not a moment too soon, either. Got an urgent job that needs doing, and there's no one else I'd entrust it to. Of course, if you wanted to know the details, it's a long story, so why don't you grab a seat over there and I'll join you shortly. Now that we're all settled, allow me to introduce myself properly. I'm Brook Evu, proprietor of this word that has a lot of letters in it. As you know, my establishment is open to anyone. People hailing from across Tyrol and sometimes further. They come here to whet their appetite and slake their thirst. Don't worry about the bandages wrapped around my chest. I had surgery to remove my lowest rib so that, let's just say it allows me to do some things that I've always wanted to do. Given how we turned no one away, it's inevitable that a few bad apples might mix into the motley patrons, and therein lies the rub. A particularly rotten bunch was here not long ago. Sitting just over here, in fact, and having a conversation most foul. Am I gonna get a little echo vision? No, we're just gonna have a flashback. Thank you all for coming here so far from your respective homes. Little mammoth. I'm very excited to see what Beastmaster is, but I was really hoping for Puppeteer. Or Mammoteer. Because they had that in 11. And it's kind of like Beastmaster, but it would, like... Especially if, like, you could use your minions, like any of the like the puppet, like, what is it? The clockwork minions, the ones that are just like, you know, little characters, but they're supposed to be like little toys. Like, if you could use those to substitute for your mammoths, that'd be kind of amazing. As this is the first time we've all gathered in one place, perhaps formal introductions are in order. That waitress back. Oh. Welcome, welcome. What'll you be having? Could we have a moment, please? We're in the middle of something very important. Now then, where was I? Ah, yes. I am Apyahi. Apyahi. If you are sitting here now, it is because I have personally invited you to the Passage of the Unbound, My secretive, villainous order with ambitions to sow discord throughout the world. Villains do not often call themselves such. Nor do secret orders have meetings in places where all eyes can see. What do you know? Your snide remarks only ruin my carefully constructed atmosphere. If I had time to think of a suitable slogan, you would understand that words are everything. But I digress. I invited you here for one reason, to throw the world into a mire of chaos and then watch its nations crumble. What else would we call ourselves if not villainous? My only interest is to punish all who've dared mock and belittle me. So long as I can achieve that, you can call me whatever you like. The rich, the powerful, the mighty, all shall be crushed under the weight of my ire. Are they playing like a game, like a board game? A grand design for a group of 6, even if we manage to muster others to our side, there's a limit to what we can accomplish. I regret to say you are right. At present, we are bound and powerless. That is why, in order to raise our fists against our oppressors, we must find the strength to shatter our shackles. And in doing so, we shall become unbound, like the birds soaring up above. We shall take flight and spread our wicked wings, staining the azure skies black. It was bad timing. That's okay. But sometimes skies become more treacherous with clouds, and even birds must rest. You speak of finding strength. Is that why we are here, to look for it? If so, then I pledge my aid. With newfound might at our beck and call, I shall win adoration known only by a hero. Your eagerness is heartening, and you are correct. The tools to make our goal in reality lay in Tyrol. Across this continent can be found certain artifacts which possess untold power. It would have been funnier if they were just, like, playing, like, D&D and, like, LARPing. Did you say artifacts? Oh ho ho ho. I sense an adventurous hunt for instruments of devious devilry ahead. Deliciously devilish, Seymour. My imagination is overflowing with images of new forms my trickery might take. I dare say the world is not ready. Yes, well, to get to the heart of the matter, the objects are held by the disparate tribes which make their homes in the Tyrol continent, where they've been passed down through generations as sacred treasures. Whatever stories these people have attached to their so-called treasures matters not. Each contain the essence of a fearsome beast called Tyrol Vidral, and with them in our possession, none shall be able to stand against us. We shall take the objects for ourselves, bring them across the sea, and use them to undermine nations far and wide, the means by which you each choose to do so. I leave in your hands. I only ask you to not disappoint. So we're going after each of these. Each role will have a different target to take out. This seems like a whole bunch of losers. Like, in Shadowbringers, we were, like, going after the tortured souls of the original Warriors of Light. In Endwalker, it was blasphemies that have become extremely powerful, and we had to kind of learn who they were and why they're, you know, what drove them to desperation and despair and turn into blasphemies. In this, we're just facing a whole bunch of, like, loser villain wannabes. I think I kind of love that. Because I'm sure with each one we'll also learn what they're about. I take it there are no questions? Then let the passage of the unbound open unto the world. We begin at once. They didn't order a single thing. Yes, that's the concern here. So time to get leveling tank, and oh god, I need to do a magical DPS and a ranged physical. I haven't, like, touched Bard in so long. Oh god. And I haven't touched, well, Sage is 90 at least. Bard isn't. And Red Mage isn't. But at the very least, tank. So healer won't be too bad. I can level that on the side. Just to, like, run Sage through, like, front lines and shit. That's not hard. And Chloe journals will help. Tank and melee DPS will just be happening anyways. That's not a huge deal. It's the magical DPS and the ranged physical. That's gonna take a little bit. I mean, again, it's gonna be similar to just I'm gonna have to just do a lot of PvP. And Bozja. Actually, I do have Bozja. That is true too. That's the long and short of it. What do you think? They left without ordering anything? Villainous indeed. They took all the complimentary water and bread and just left. Of course, we had a duty to report what we'd heard to the Landsguard. We did, but didn't seem to make a damn difference, because soon we learned those unwelcome guests had teeth. Not long ago, one individual from a tribe came seeking help recovering a stolen relic. Then another came with the same story, then another, and so on. By the time I realized the passage of the Unbound was a great threat, they had one and all made their way across the sea with their ill-gotten gains. Each tribe has sent one of their own to recover what was lost, but being in strange lands, they're at a disadvantage. That's why I've been looking for someone who knows every corner of Eorzea and beyond. I do know plenty beyond. Okay, which one of the fucking Unbound decided to go to the moon? Now, I know you've business in Tural, or else you wouldn't be here in the first place, but if you could take time to hear Mural Majun out, you'd be doing a service to many who could use a helping hand. And I'm noticing some kebabs over there I wouldn't mind getting my hands on. It's like, yeah, there'll be one in, like, Gridania, there'll be one in, like, Almigo, there'll be one in, like, Ishgard. You know, one in the east, one in, Ilsabard, and one on the moon. That one's like, I don't even know how I got here. I'm kind of fucking confused. I don't even know what the fuck to do. There's a bunch of bunnies here, and this big tall guy. Do I use the relics on them? Are they a political faction? How am I breathing up here? Why do I got this accent? I don't know. It just started happening. Greetings. Allow me to thank you personally for lending your assistance in this matter. We've been quite desperate for someone suitable. Yo, what's up? Greetings, Ramajun. At risk of becoming a daily nuisance, I must ask, have there been any developments you might share? A nuisance? Why perish the thought. You come just in time, in fact. None other than the vaunted Kilrath has agreed to aid the search. Finally, a fortunate turn. So long as our sacred treasures are in wicked hands, our homes shall not know peace. To say nothing of the danger they pose to other nations. If these thieves really do intend to stir up chaos across the seas, then you had better depart on the next ship. Before you do, it might be proper to introduce you to those who have come to Tuliolal in search of aid. Loazanique. There comes from a village far to the north. A single warrior cannot hope to withstand the power of her tribe's relic, so she requires a stout protector, someone who can be leaned upon when times are darkest, so she's tank. The heirloom that Nyipin must recover, afflicts terrible maladies upon its victims. He seeks someone who commands great healing magics to counteract this effect. Healing. The search for Shashepia's tribal treasure must have been trusted to a peerless hunter. She requires someone to act as a frontline fighter who can distract her target while her bow takes deadly aim. That's my girl. And lastly, there's Tsuyi, who knows little about her people's ancient artifact, aside the fact that it must not fall into the wrong hands. She seeks a mage of great power. But anything beyond that lies shrouded in mystery. Oh, it's only 4! Okay, so there's no, physical ranged. It's like it was in Shadow, because in Endwalker they added... Because in Shadowbringers it was magic DPS, melee, physical DPS, tank, healer. In Endwalker they split physical DPS between melee and ranged, so it was 2. So now we're going back to 4. I'm actually okay with this. I'm super okay with this. That means I don't have to worry about Bard. I can just level... I'm fine with leveling Red Mage. I'm cool with that. Then again, I could also... I could do Pictomancer. Could do Pictomancer. Do I want to do Pictomancer? Do I want to do Pictomancer? We'll see. We'll figure it out. I gotta see where I left off with Red Mage. It might still only be 80. Aren't you forgetting someone, Rahalja? Your crisis is just as pressing. If, oh god, they're... Okay, never mind. He's probably gonna want ranged physical. Your crisis is just as pressing, even if you won't say so yourself. Rahalja hails from further south than even Mamuk, and has traveled many days and nights in search of someone who can strike down their prey from afar. Yep. Damn it. Okay, I'll do Bard. It's the only way to escape the effect of this village's treasure. Did I get that right? Indeed, indeed. I do get so forgetful at my old age. Thank you, Ralmajun. Oh, that was her talking. 5 tribes, 5 stolen treasures. All are waiting for the aid of a brave soul. Hopefully that can be you, Kilrath. Fine. Of course, I'll share everything I know on the matter. You only need to ask. And know that I will not hold it against you, should you choose to assist only those whom your talents are best suited. As long as you do what you can, the people of Tural and even further will be in your debt. No, I'll do them all eventually. You've gained access to role quests. Tank, melee DPS, physical ranged, magic ranged, healer. Alright. Well, there's only one I can technically do. Because I believe I would have to be... Is this a... Oh, it starts at 90? I thought it started later. Nope, 90. Okay. So I can actually also technically start Sage as well. Damn. I probably won't do all these on stream just because... Well, I don't know. We'll see. We're gonna do... Why not? We'll start as Viper. This is not a beach. I gotta find a better outfit for Viper that takes into account this weather. Brazil weather. Getting up close and personal. Hello there. I take it you've spoken to Brookhaven. Will you be willing to lend a hand? I'm truly grateful. Then allow me to introduce myself. I am Shashepia, and I have traveled far from my village in the forests of Zaktural in search of a brave soul to help us retrieve our stolen treasure. For generations have my people watched over the Dreamweave cocoon, the vessel in which the power of the Swallowtail Tural Vidral is sealed. Before its ascension, the Swallowtail warded off would-be predators by assuming the form of more threatening butterflies, poisonous ones, and the like, through its skill at mimicry. So it survived day after day, summer after summer, until the dawn of its great new existence. It became capable of taking on the form of any creature which crossed its path. This fearsome power was sealed within the cocoon, and any who possess it command the self-same abilities. Indeed, the wielder, too, may assume the form of any manner of beast or man they've beheld. Yet this mimicry is not limited merely to physical forms. No, the wielder may replicate the talents and abilities of their target, so long as such actions fall within their ken, that is. That means knowledge. Ken, that is. I think I might hear someone in Scottish say they dinna ken, meaning they don't know. In an instant, they may become a master of the hunt, a twin-blade-wielding viper, or a savage brax with claws and fangs to gut whomsoever they please. It is this power which has protected my village from the predators of the forest. For though it grants many boons, the forest contains threats in equal measure. By donning the skins of the most formidable beasts, we've kept ourselves safe for generations. Without the cocoon, my village's very survival is at risk. That is why we have to send our foremost hunter, that's actually not bad, Itoka, to ensure it is reclaimed. She has never failed to capture her quarry, though I thought she would make short work of this. Thought she would make short work of this ordeal. Yet there's been no word from her. I fear that this may be a hunt she cannot undertake alone. It is for that reason I wish to enlist the aid of one familiar with the lay of the land beyond the Great Sea, and one whose prowess in close quarters would complement her expertise with the bow. One of the villagers ran into the thief before he fled, and it said he intended to use the cocoon's power in Kugane, which I understand is the name of a large settlement located far, far to the east. Please, for the sake of my home, set out for the eastern habitation and assist Itoka with retrieving the cocoon. Leave it to me. Fucking love Kugane. Your willingness to aid is most reassuring. You have my heartfelt thanks. Upon arriving in the eastern lands, search for a Viera woman carrying a bow and dressed in similar attire to myself. If you visit a tavern like this one, I dare say you'll find someone who has seen her. Alright, so role quests are underway. So now we know the context. What I'm probably going to do is wait until I have all the classes that I need up to 100. And then I'll do a stream where we just do all of the role quests, one after the other. But now that we've started it, now we know the context. We got some supervillains running rampant. So yeah, that's what I'll do. So what I'm actually going to do is call it here for now. I may be back later tonight to continue MSQ. I also do want to get back to streaming some other games too. I'm going to have to make a schedule of things, but like right now, this is kind of my jam. So we'll get back to Cat Puzzle Game and Daggerfall and Rogue Trader and, you know, all the other stuff. Dragon's Dogma 2 and all that shit. We'll get back to but I'll probably first. Then we can just do optional stuff like on certain days of the week, but we'll figure that out. But anyway, I'm gonna call it here, and I'll probably be back later to do some more MSQ. But for right now, thank you all so much for being here. Viper was a fun little story, and I'm kind of really looking to get into 100 with enough classes that we can do all these, because these seem like they could be a lot of fun. But I will see you all a little later. Later, everybody.